Most people are told the same thing their entire lives. Max out your 401k, max out your IRA, defer taxes, you'll thank yourself later. And technically, none of that is wrong. But what most people don't explain is a retirement account is a tax shelter, and every tax shelter comes with a price. Today, I want to talk about what that price actually is, why a lot of people feel rich on paper but stuck in real life, and how to think about retirement money in a way that gives you options, not just a bigger account balance. So what does a tax shelter actually mean? A tax shelter doesn't mean you'll never pay taxes. It means you shift when you pay it. That's it. Traditional 401ks, traditional IRAs, Roth accounts, they're all shelters, just with different rules. Traditional accounts, you get a deduction now, you pay tax later. Roth accounts, you pay tax now, you avoid tax later. In every case, the government gives you a benefit and attaches a condition to it. And those conditions are what most people don't think about until much later. On paper, retirement accounts feel great. Your balance goes up, you feel responsible, you're doing the right thing. But here's what most people start feeling in their 40s and 50s. I got money, but I can't really use it. You lose a job, you want to start something new, you want to slow down or take a break, and suddenly you realize withdrawals come with rules. Access depends on timing. Penalties can apply. It's not money you own freely. It's money you own conditionally. That's the hidden cost of sheltering. Let's make this real with a real life example. Imagine someone who's done everything right. They have $900,000 in a 401k, $50,000 in savings, little to no taxable investment. On paper, they look wealthy. In real life, they feel boxed in. They can't easily take a year off, transition careers, bridge into early retirement, or fund opportunities without friction. That's not failure. That's over-optimizing the tax shelter. And here's the shift that most people never make. The real goal is to balance shelter and flexibility. Think in two buckets, shelter money and freedom money. For shelter money, you have your 401ks, your IRAs, Roth accounts, which are great for long-term growth and reducing taxes in peak earning years. And in the other bucket, you have your freedom money, which is going to be your brokerage account, accessible investments, capital that you can use without age rules, which are great for life transitions, optionality, and opportunities. Most people, they overload the shelter bucket and starve the freedom bucket. So when does tax shelters actually make sense? This is an anti-401k. Tax shelters, they absolutely make sense when you are in a high tax bracket, you got employer's match, you have a long runway. This is when they stop making sense as the default. When every dollar you make goes into the locked account, you ignore future tax rate risks, you sacrifice flexibility for certainty. Tax defer is a tool. It's not a rule of life. The question that most people should ask, instead of asking, how do I shelter the most money? A better question to ask is, how much money do I want to access at each stage of life? Because retirement isn't an age. It's a state of optionality. A big retirement account looks great on paper, but freedom comes from access, not just balance. Tax shelters are powerful, but only when they're part of a plan, not the entire plan. If this makes you rethink how your money is structured, you're asking the right question. And before you go, if you want to learn more about understanding how to create a roadmap from the vision of what your retirement looks like sooner than later, there's a link in the description. Please visit that to find out more.